Operation Rage, Germany, turn 4. It's Panzer George. So we did our tech rolls. The UK, the Allies all have their tech. The Axis, they did not get their tech rolls. Both Japan and Germany, they rolled, and Germany got a 3. So it was only on one die roll. Next turn, maybe we'll get our tech. So we had 60 IPCs. So out of that 60 IPCs, we're going to be buying 1 factory, 1 tank, 2 artillery, 1 fighter, and 7 infantry. So that's my production. It's quite a bit of combat this turn. Starting down on in the Mediterranean. So we're going to be flying this fighter out, flying over the British here in Iraq and attacking the fleet off Iran with this fighter as well. This fighter in Greece is going to be flying down 1, 2, 3, 4. So both of them have 2 movement left. And we'll be attacking that fleet there. As well, we're going to be, our forces here, these 3 infantry units are going to be attacking Iraq along with this fighter. And then these units in Bulgaria, we're going to be paratrooping them in. So 1, 2, 3, and sending these 2 units in here. So that's a total of 5 infantry and 1 fighter. Also, I'm declaring Vichy. So there's a Vichy garrison in France now, and therefore these units become Vichy, and all these territories, all the French territories, become hostile neutral. Of course, the units that are along with the British are still Free French. So the ones in here in Anglo-Egyptian and Iraq, which we're going to teach them a lesson for siding with the enemy. Okay, the other combat moves we're going to be doing on the Eastern Front. So let's just put this tripod down so you can see. So what we're going to be doing here is in Leningrad, we're going to be moving in all our units from Kalyria, as well as from Vyborg, all the units from Vyborg. We're going to be sending in the tank, the artillery, and the mech, all going into that combat, into Leningrad. And then we're also going to be sending in, we're going to be using this transport. So we're going to be moving to Germany and taking from West Germany an AA unit and an artillery. And the AA unit will be reinforcing after the battle, which we anticipate will be victorious. So all those units are loaded in there. In addition, we're going to be sending these 6 units from Poland into Lithuania to repel the Russians there. So we have a large stack of units, as you know, in Eastern Poland. So out of that large stack, all the units are going to be going to Belarus, with the exception of the units that are going to be attacking the Pripyat marshes and Western Ukraine. So going into the Pripyat marshes are 2 units. And going into Western Ukraine, I'm going to be sending in a mech, as well as an infantry. So give me a second here. Actually, oh, sorry, here, Western Ukraine, I'm going to be sending in a mech and an artillery. And I just want to change out the stacks here so I don't get things mixed up. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so 2 infantry there, 1 artillery, 1 mech there. And then from Romania, we're sending in all these units to attack Bessarabia. So we're sending in 4 infantry and 1 artillery to attack there. I just want to make sure we've done everything here. Okay, I think we've done all our combats. I think we've moved everything that can attack. I've captured all the spots. Okay, so we're ready to do our combats. Why don't we do the ones in the med, so since they're the most risky? So we're going to do the one against the Navy forces. So the British have 2 transports, 2 destroyers. And we've got 1 bomber and 1 fighter. So let's do that one first. So there's the bomber. There's the fighter. And we get 1 hit. So 1 hit so far. That's against the British. And the British fire back. They have 2 destroyers and 1 transport. And they also get 1 hit. So I'm going to be taking 1 off. I'm going to be taking my bomber. And the British are going to take a destroyer. Okay, so now we have a fighter. And we have a British destroyer. And we have a transport. So we get a kill on both sides. So that means the transport survive. So that's unfortunate. Next we're going to do Iraq. So we have 5 infantry going in. Along with a fighter. Against, we've got a Frenchman and 2 British infantry. 2 British infantry and 1 French, 1 artillery. So let's do that. So we have 1 fighter. And we have 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I don't want to mix up all the dice, so I'm just going to do the German roll first. So 1 hit so far against the combined forces, and they have 4. They do a miss. We fire again. So 1 hit, so that's 1 less. We'll take off the Frenchman. Or we'll take off the, I'm assuming they'll take the Frenchman off, but we can work that out later. This time I get 2 hits. They get to fire back with 3 shots. Oops, that one fell out. So it's 2 so far, 2 hits. They get 1 hit back, so 2 off the Brits and 1 off the Germans. So that leaves 1 Brit left. So I get to fire with 4 paratroopers and 1 plane. This time I miss. The Brits get a hit. Now we got 3 paratroopers and 1 Brit and 1 plane. This time, oh, the paratroopers get the 1 Brit remaining. So Iraq is taken with the paratroopers. Okay, let's do our next combat. And 1 second, my apologies. I was going to allocate my air forces. So it's one fighter in Bessarabia, and my tacticals. I'm going to send 3 tacticals in the Pripyat marshes, 2 tacticals here, and 2 tacticals in the Pripyat marshes. Give me 1 second. Apologies. So 2 tacticals here, and here we go. 2 tacticals here, 2 tacticals here, it's 2, and all the rest of the units go there. Of course, I've got a fighter here. That's 2 fighters there. 2 fighters against Bessarabia. We'll actually make it a tactical and a fighter here. And a tactical and fighter in the Pripyat marshes. There we go. Okay, so let's do Bessarabia first. So I'm going to try and do a tactical strike against the mech there. So I've got a fighter, I've got a tactical, I've got 4 infantry, and an artillery against a mech, a Russian mech, and an artillery. Okay, so first I'm going to try my attack against the mech. Miss. Okay, so now we do the regular combat. I have 1 fighter. I have an infantry and artillery paired. And I got 3 regular infantry. I get 1 hit. This is not going well. And they get to fire back. They get 2 shots. And they miss. So we do this again. Infantry, artillery paired. Tactical and a fighter. And 3 infantry. This time I have enough to kill them. They fire back. And they get 2 hits, so 2 for 2. Ouch. Okay, it's 2 for 2. Western Ukraine, I have an artillery and a mech against an infantry. So an artillery and a mech, I score a hit and they fire back and they miss. The Pripyat marshes, I have 2 infantry and I have a fighter and a tactical versus 1 regular Russian infantry. And they hit and I hit. Next comes Lithuania. There's an artillery and an infantry. I have 6 infantry, and I have two tactical, so I'm going to do a surprise strike. So I have 2 chances to hit the artillery, and I do hit the artillery. So now there's just an infantry left. So I have 6 regular infantry, 6 regular infantry versus 1 Russian infantry. And we both get a hit. These Russians are tough. Belarus, my whole force is coming in, so that includes 8 tanks. So I'm going to roll for the 8 tanks against 1 Russian infantry. So I'll roll for the Russian infantry at the same time. And the Russian infantry gets rolled over by the tanks. Just put these guys back. Last battle is Leningrad. We have 2 Russian infantry and 1 artillery. I have 10 infantry. I have 10 infantry, 2 artillery, a mech and a tank, and my tank had just dropped on the floor. So patience is a virtue. I'll just put another tank on. I'll get that one off the floor in a little bit. So here we have it. So that's 8, 9 unsupported, 2 infantry supported with 2 artillery, 1 tank versus the 3 Russians. Okay, so here's the tank. Here's the 4 supported. I'm going to roll those first. I need to get 3 hits. So far I have 2 hits. And I roll my infantry. That's 9 infantry. That concludes the mech. 3, 6, 9 infantry. I need to get 1 hit. And I get 1 hit. Okay, so they get to fire back. And they get 1 hit back. So 1 less infantry. Put these guys back in Leningrad. Okay, so let's just put the German markers on. So the Germans are in Iraq. We also have Leningrad. We have Lithuania. We have Belarus. We have Bessarabia. We have Western Ukraine. And we have the marshes. So I think I've included everything. Okay, so now we'll land our planes and everything. Okay, so we have a fighter here in Iraq. So I've got 3 there. Okay, so this force here came 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could move it back to Cairo. And the fighter 1, 2, 3. I can also move that to Egypt. So we have those 2 units in Egypt. I'm moving this infantry as well into Egypt. So that concludes the combat and movement there. Would have loved to have taken those transports, but that's just the way it goes. Okay, so now we're going to, say we have to land these planes. So we're going to land them in eastern Poland. Put these back. This one in Warsaw is going to go 1, 2, 3 and land in southern Italy, just to reassure our allies that the Germans are still steadfast with them as well. We're going to pick up this infantry in Western Germany, 1, 2, 3, 4, and land those in Egypt, and move that transport. Put this transport here as well. We're going to move this AA gun from Romania to Bessarabia. We're going to land this AA from the transport into Ukraine. We're going to land these tacticals that participated into eastern Poland. I think this was here. Okay, these guys also have to land this Air Force, so they're going to go back to eastern Poland. Okay, and now we're going to do some oh yes, we lost a bomber, so that's why we only have 2 bombers. Okay, so now we're going to do some rail. So what we're going to do is we have a total of 5 that we can rail. So give me 1 second here. So we're going to send 3 from Berlin, and we're going to put them in eastern Poland. So they're going to go in eastern Poland. And so that's 3. That leaves 2 more that we can rail. So we're going to be moving those 1, 2. We're going to be putting these in Denmark. Okay, I don't think there's anything else we want to rail. I've got one left. I might as well move that to Paris. There we go. Okay, so that's all my movement. Now I'm going to place my forces. So I have a tank I'm going to put in Finland. I'm going to put one artillery in Finland. I've got a fighter I'm going to put in Western Germany. I've got 7 infantry and 1 artillery left, so I'm going to put 1 infantry in Finland. And in Berlin, I'm going to put an artillery, 6 infantry. However, I'm going to actually put 2 infantry in Western Germany and leave 3 here. I got a total of 6 here, so I'm going to put 2 here and then leave 3 in Berlin. And I have a factory which is going to go in Romania. So let's do our disposition of forces. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do anything with this sub. The submarine is going to move to Iceland. So we'll do that. Okay, so now we're going to do disposition of forces. I think we put everything on. So in Egypt we have 1 bomber, or sorry, 2 transports, 1 fighter, and 3 infantry. In Iraq, I've got 3 infantry. In southern Italy, I have 1 fighter. In Bessarabia, I have 2 infantry, 1 artillery, and 1 AA. In western Ukraine, I have a mech and a artillery. In Pripyat Marshes, I have an infantry. In eastern Poland, I have 3 infantry. I have 2 fighters and 4 tacticals. In Berlin, I have 3 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 AA. I'm going to move this AA from Berlin to Western Germany. So that's 3 infantry, 1 artillery in Germany. Western Germany, 1 fighter, 2 infantry, 1 AA. In Denmark, 2 infantry. In France itself, I have 1 tank, 1 infantry, 1 AA, 1 artillery. We have Vichy, of course. Up in Finland, I have an infantry, an artillery, and a tank. Off Leningrad, I have a destroyer and a transport. Off Iceland, I have a submarine. And in Leningrad, I have 9 infantry, 1 mech, 1 AA, 2 artillery, and 1 tank. And then in Belarus, let me just identify these stacks. So we have a stack of mech, 6 mech, and we have a stack of 15. So we have 15 infantry. Hope you can see that. Yes, you can. 15 infantry, 6 artillery, 6 mech, 8 tanks, and 2 AA. So that's it for disposition. Let's count up our points. Give me 1 second. Okay, so my points in Russia. So by my calculations, let's hope you can see this okay. Let me go down a bit. So I have a Germany. Germany has a base of 30. So we have a base of 30. We have 2 for Leningrad. We have 5 Russian territories. So that's 5. Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, Normandy. Vichy is 2. France is 4. Finland is 2. We get a bonus for Leningrad. We get a bonus for being an LLMain. I have to roll for convoy, so let's do that right now. And the Russians take off 2 for the convoy. So I think I've got a bit of a mess for my count out. So I will do my calculations and post those shortly. Okay, thank you very much.